Uncle Kevin, what is the limiting principle on something like this? Where could this end? How does this end?
I think the limiting principle in most places is going to be state law, because and it's not just Virginia. There are lots of states with laws similar to this on the books that have granted public health authorities wide jurisdiction and wide latitude in things that they can do to shut down what is considered a public health emergency. Now that's a pretty subjective term. An emergency to me might not be an emergency to you or to somebody else. What you're going to need is more bills like the one in Virginia getting passed, and I'm not sure the one in Virginia is going to get passed. The problem here is getting to that limiting principle, taking these laws off the books, is going to require something that is, I think, unlikely to happen. I think we're going to have to see government relinquish power, when I think what government's finding in this pandemic, and not just in blue states, is that it's really nice to be able to tell people what to do and make it stick. And since government has all the smart people, that market is cornered, they're all in government and they're all working for what's best for everyone, well, then everybody should just go along. So who needs a law like that? We know what's best, we'll tell you what it is, you'll comply, or you'll go to jail or pay a fine, or your kids won't get in school, or on down the list. It's just going to be a case of government coercing to the point that it wants to get things done that it wants done.
And by the way, this health commissioner of the state of Virginia, Dr. Norman Oliver, refuses to say what will happen to those who don't comply. He just vaguely says he thinks people will comply in a widespread manner. That's not good enough. We need to know if it's mandatory. We need to know what the penalty will be if you don't comply, because there are valid reasons for someone not to want to go out and get the COVID-19 vaccine on day one. And even if you disagree and think that you want to, or think that other people should, it's simply not the government's business to come in and validate or invalidate the reasons, the choices you make about the health of yourself and your family. I mean, we can't have that. That's not compatible with the idea of living in a free nation where we have the agency and the government simply protects our freedom versus endowing us with it.